Good evening, and welcome to This Week in Joe's Basement. I'm Joe, and this is my basement. So, this week in Joe's Basement, we're going to take a close, careful look at the brain. But first, some viewer mail. All right, so we got a letter here from an L. Torres. Since the initial without the name, of course, usually means a female viewer who does not want to be identified. And she writes, Dear Joe, as your newest female admirer and fan, I am captivated by you, and especially your bare feet. Okay, maybe I am a fetishist, but I can't be the only one. I'm very into your feet, and I need to find out more about them. What size are they? Why are they always bare? And perhaps my most important question, are they ticklish? Ticklish feet are sexy feet. Please indulge me. Please have your bare feet stroked and tickled on the air. It would help my fantasy about your sexy bare feet and provide an interesting bond with your other viewers who may be wondering. Also, are all basement guests required to go barefoot? And what about women? Are they allowed in your basement? And if so, must they also be barefoot? I think a show featuring women who share your love for going barefoot would be a television first. Feet are often neglected on conventional TV. Aren't celebrities ticklish too? I, for one, love to go barefoot, and am very ticklish on my feet. Anyway, so she goes on for some length about her love for feet. And, well, personally, I think that's pretty sick, and I have no intention of pandering to such desires at all. All right, so another letter here from Ron Britain of WJJD and WJMK. He writes, Dear Joe, you're great. I enjoyed your film more than Eraserhead. A fan, Ron Britain, King Bee. And if you'll notice on the letter is the characteristic King Bee crown. And it is the same King Bee crown and the same King Bee referred to by King Zeke. Same guy. Son of a gun. He's a real person. And he goes on, Ron goes on to talk about how he's sold out to the world of professional radio because his sending his son to Columbia costs a lot of money. Don't know really quite what that has to do with anything, but I sympathize. All right. Next letter here comes from another basement somewhere in limbo. And it begins, Dear Joe, I just wanted to thank you for taking us not only into your basement, but also deep into your psyche as well. Your show truly brings us an enlightenment that people such as we cannot get from normal television. Your vision of society brings us closer to the realization that all that we see does not have to be interpreted in one particular way. Those of us who may not be one of the average viewers find in your show a new awareness, a new hope, that all has not been lost to conventional means of entertainment. A quick laugh can easily be found, while a heightened level of humor is much less common. You are willing to take chances and to speak your mind, a freedom which is almost completely gone from the media today. In times of war and hardship, public insecurity, rising cable bills, and vanilla ice, you bring us closer to a feeling of exuberance not found anywhere else on television. Not since Alf was canceled have Monday nights been this exciting for all of us. Right here, we eagerly await the next thrilling episode of This Week in Joe's Basement. Keep it coming. Ex-lead singer of Skid Marks, Freddie Ray Atkins, and all his friends in his basement. Turn page over. The handwriting now becomes somewhat larger and freer, and he says, We're so wasted tonight on the east side. From my basement to your basement, we love you. And lest I suspect a causal connection, he adds a postscript. P.S. My mom loves your show too, and she's not wasted. P.S. squared. My dog, Matisse, loves you too, but I haven't taught her to write yet. but can you catch a frisbee in your mouth? Bye. All right. Some charitable words from our old friend Skid Marks. All right. So, this week in Joe's Basement, the brain. Before studying the brain itself, we're going to study the self and ask ourselves some deep questions like, who am I? Why am I here? Why wasn't I born a spiny anteater? And where is my knight in shining armor? So, without further ado, let's get into the meat of this week's show, the brain, this week in Joe's Basement.
Who am I? Who am I? Wow. I guess that's a good question.
Good question.
I'm a guy, you know? like
Good answer.
like I'm just this guy.
That's
I don't know.
Thanks. Thank you for that answer.
Well, I could tell you about school.
There's more.
Well, except I never really went to school. Could tell you about my job.
Okay. Tell us about
Well,
your job.
I used to work for this guy, you know? But I quit.
I used to
So now I don't work.
have a really good job.
But I did good work. Oh, it was a good job, and wow, I did really good work. Everybody said I did really good work, you know?
This job hanging upside
But I quit, so now I don't work.
down, putting hung upside down,
But I could, you know? Like, I want to work.
upside down.
I want to work again, but like, you know, like I want to do a job that I like, you know? Like, well, like I used to like theater, you know? So I got a job doing theater. Except, well, then it was kind of like work, you know? So it wasn't very fun anymore. So I quit. So now I don't work.
Me neither.
I like sports, though. Yeah. I mean, not watching sports so much, but I like to play sports, you know? Well, 'cause I like games, you know? Yeah, I like games. I like games a lot, you know? Oh, I like all kinds of games. Like, I like Monopoly.
With your eyes shut.
I like computer games, you know? Oh, yeah, you know? I like crossword puzzles. Oh, yeah. I like crossword puzzles a lot. Yeah. Oh, and I like reading, you know, 'cause it's like crossword puzzles, only like backwards, you know. I like going to the movies, except people talk too much, you know. So I like to go out to eat. Oh, yeah. I like to eat a lot, you know. I mean, like, I like to eat a lot, but I like to eat a lot, you know. You know, like I like to eat a lot, but when I eat, I like to eat a lot, you know? You know what I mean. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm not in such good shape, you know? But I stay pretty active, you know? Like, in the summer, like, we go canoeing, me and my brothers. Oh, yeah, every summer we go canoeing. Yeah, oh, that's a lot of fun, you know? I mean, it's a lot of work, but it's fun work, so it's not like work, you know? Yeah. And I like to stay up late. Well, I don't like to get up early. No. Oh, and I like to drink. Oh, but not too much, you know? Too much is bad. Oh, and I like to watch TV sometimes, you know? Because it's like watching TV is like going to the movies, except you don't have to pay as good attention, you know? I don't like to pay attention. No. Oh, I saw this show, you know? I was watching this show, and there were these guys, you know? And they was going to go to this fight. But they didn't have guns or weapons or nothing, you know? But this one guy, he had this stick. And he was like, "Here, man. It's here. Stick with me."
It's here. Stick with me.
Wow. That's what I want to be. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I got this girlfriend, you know? Oh, yeah. I live with this girl, you know? she's like this girl, you know? Oh, but I love her anyway, you know? I really love her. Oh, she's terrific, you know? She's really terrific. Oh, this girl. Oh, I can't tell you her name, though. Oh, because I forgot. But she does this thing with her hair, you know? Oh, man, she's really something, you know? Oh, this girl. Oh, yeah. And, you know, we're getting married. Yep, we're getting married. We're going to have a family. Imagine me, a family man with kids. I mean, like, we got pets. We got a lot of pets. Oh, yeah, we got, well, mostly fish. Oh, but we got a cat. But, well, it's her cat. But I pet it sometimes, you know. Yeah, I pet it. Oh, and I kind of got a dog a little bit. But, well, we'll see, my parents take care of it. So it kind of stays with my parents, you know. But I really like it a lot. Yeah, I got it at this rib place. Oh, yeah, I really like this dog. Yeah, I really like pets, you know. Like, oh, I used to have a lot of pets when I was a kid. Oh, man, I had hamsters and gerbils, and I had a lizard, and, well, dogs and cats. And, oh, we had a snake, and, you know, I had a chinchilla. Oh, man, he was like this furry little guy, you know? He was, oh, man, he was the best. Oh, he was the best pet I ever had. His name was Allie, you know? And he lived in this cage, like in my room, you know? I used to come home from school and, you know, and see him. And, like, he lived in this cage, but I left the door open so he could, like, go out in the room, you know? And like, he could jump, you know? He could, like, jump really high, this guy. You know? He could jump way up there. So I always thought, like, one day he'd escape. Like, you know, he'd just jump right out of the room. But, like, I guess he never did. Except, well, then one time I came home. Oh, and he wasn't there. And I was really worried. You know, I thought he escaped. And I looked all over for him. But I couldn't find him. And then it started to smell. It smelled real bad. Like, rotten, you know, like kind of dead. I never smelled anything like that before.
It's terrible.
I didn't know where it was coming from. It was just, oh, it was all over. And then,
Let's go look and see.
and then one day I was moving some stuff around in the closet, and it was like this box, you know.
It was coming from a box.
And he got up inside this box. It was like he knew he was gonna die, and he crawled up inside this box to just. He just crawled up inside this box. Man, I got this friend, you know. Oh man, let me tell you about this friend here. Oh, this guy. Oh yeah, he's like just this guy, you know. He doesn't go to school or nothing, you know. But like, well, he had this job, you know. He worked for this guy, but he quit.
I quit.
You know. What was the question again?
Gosh, you know, I have tried everything to find my knight in shining armor. I've tried putting my hair up, I've tried letting it down. I've tried wearing brighter clothes. I've tried dim lights and soft music. I've tried to put a little more rouge in my cheeks, more spring in my step, more fiber in my diet. I've tried to get in shape. I have tried buffing till it's so shiny I can see my reflection. I've even tried flossing more often. But it hasn't worked. I've been polite. I've been insistent. I have asked, I've hinted, I've cajoled, I've wheedled, I've reminded, but I've never begged. Never. I've tried to give a little more of myself, you know, be more open, more sharing. I've tried to be more accommodating. I've tried to be more flexible. I've tried to be firm but fair. I've tried to improve my diction, my posture, my erudition. I've tried to improve my vocabulary. I've given up smoking. I've given up drinking. I've given up nitpicking, nagging, crying. I've given up worrying so much. I have tried everything. But I still haven't found my knight in shining armor.
If I'm going to find my knight in shining armor, I've got to decide exactly which kind I want. Let's see. Knight in shining armor, knight in shining armor, knight in shining armor. Ah, here we go. Knight in shining armor. Let's see. Okay, he's got to be honest, trustworthy, and brave, decisive but accommodating. He's got to be passionate but monogamous. He's got to be witty, clever, and sophisticated, intellectual with a sense of humor, and he has to be handsome and intelligent. It's not asking too much, is it? If I'm going to find my knight in shining armor, I've got to start somewhere, so why not here? Or there? Are you my knight in shining armor? Guess not. It's okay. Thanks anyway. Hi. Excuse me. I don't mean to bother you, but could you be my knight in shining armor? Hello? Hello? Hi. I know this is going to sound like a silly question, but are you my knight in shining armor? This isn't working very well. Perhaps I'm just not trying hard enough. Perhaps I just need to shop around a little bit. Hi. One knight in shining armor, please. Well, I can see you have a selection. Let's see. No. Ew, yuck. No good. Listen, lady, don't you have anything better? I need one knight in shining armor. Hey, are you listening to me? Come on, lady, who do you think you are? I need a knight in shining armor. Why won't you give me one? Why is everybody just standing around here when I need a knight in shining armor? Why doesn't somebody do something? God. You know, I have been waiting too long. I need a knight in shining armor now. I can't wait any longer for service. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hi. Yeah, I know exactly what I want. I want one knight in shining armor. I have waited too long. I have worked too hard. I need one now. I mean, he doesn't have to be perfect. He can be slightly used. It's okay. But he has to be a knight in shining armor. I will not settle for anything less. Lady, did you hear a word I said? What are you doing in there anyway? Can't you help me? I need one knight in shining armor. Jeez, why is everybody so rude? You know, maybe I've got it all wrong. Maybe I already have my knight in shining armor, and I just need to give him a chance. You know, it's funny, but since we're sitting here like this, I thought I ought to tell you that, well, for a very long time now, I've been looking... Oh, God, I feel so silly. I've been looking for my knight in shining armor, and, well, I know we've only known each other... Hey. Hey, are you listening to me? You haven't heard a goddamn word I've said, have you? You creep! Get out of my life! Oh, this is no use! This is hopeless! I'm never gonna find my knight in shining armor now! Well, if I can't find my knight in shining armor, I'm just gonna sit here like a vegetable for the rest of my life. What? What is it? Go away! I'm waiting for my knight in shining armor.
Delivery, ma'am.
What?
I was supposed to see to it that you received this myself. Please sign right here.
What?
One knight in shining armor.
This schlep? He can't possibly be a knight in shining armor. He's just like everybody else. He stands around with his tongue hanging out. How could he possibly be a knight in shining armor? He doesn't even have a brain.
A brain?
Yes, goddammit, a brain. What kind of a knight in shining armor doesn't have a brain? A knight in shining armor's got to be bold and courageous and strong and brave. He's got to be witty and sophisticated and clever and intelligent and handsome and charming. What? He's just got to be a cut above ordinary men.
Well, let's see here. One knight in shining armor, that's what it says right here. Nothing about a brain.
How can a knight in shining armor not have a brain? Look at this. Look at this. He's here.
Wow, this is amazing.
Yes, it is.
Cogitation, cognition, assimilation, deduction, analysis, logical thought. I have a brain.
Oh, take me away.
You know, the human brain is a wonderful thing. Let's learn some more about the brain.
Hello, and welcome to the first in our series of science lectures here on Joe's Basement. This week, we begin with the brain. The brain is divided into two halves, the left and right hemisphere. Up here, we have the motor cortex, which controls body movement. Interestingly enough, each half of the brain controls the opposite half of the body. So the left leg, for example, would be controlled by the right hemisphere and vice versa. In the back of the brain, we have the visual cortex. The visual cortex receives information from the optic nerves. The side flaps, known as the temporal lobes, carry both the auditory and speech centers. These allow us to hear and understand speech. In the front, we have the olfactory bulbs. The olfactory bulbs actually protrude into the nose and allow us to smell. The two halves of the brain are connected by the corpus callosum. This allows the two hemispheres to communicate. The emotional, spatially oriented right hemisphere and the left hemisphere of the brain, which is more rational, language-oriented, and best served with just a dash of paprika. Delving further into the brain, we find the cerebellum. The cerebellum controls fine motor coordination, and the hypothalamus, which regulates sex drive and is most often discarded because of a very unpleasant aftertaste. The brain, as we all know, is best served on a bed of rice and garnished liberally with vegetables. Because of the delicate flavor of the brain, recommended spices would include basil, celery salt, oregano, parsley.
Please, 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 please don't eat my brain. Please, 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 please don't eat my brain. I never ever used it, but I love it so. Never really needed it, but even though it's the only brain I've got, and so the answer is no. Please, 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 please don't eat my brain.
Please, 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 please let me eat your brain. Please, 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 please let me eat your brain. I'm really very hungry and I've missed you a bunch. You're gonna love the feeling once I've started to munch. So baby, let me take your cranium out to lunch. Please, 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 please let me eat your brain.
Please, 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 please don't eat my brain. Please, please.
eat your brain. You don't know what it's like to be so deeply in love. I want to wrap you around my heart as tight as a glove. Put your head inside the oven and I'll give you a shove. Please, 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 please let me eat your brain.
Please, 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 please don't eat my brain. Please, 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 please don't eat my brain. I've got a lot of love for you, plenty to spare. The cuts you'd make atop my head would ruin my hair. The time you ate my liver, dear, you didn't even share. Please, 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 please don't eat my brain.
Please, 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 please let me eat your brain. Please, 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 please let me eat your brain. I listen to you any subject you care to wax on. I never comment on the knowledge that you were lax on. I don't see what's the harm of me just eating an axon. Why can't I eat your... Why can't I eat your brain?
Nothing in the Tribune's TV.
Beautiful. Taking an awful long
Hi, so we're going to get a rare behind-the-scenes look at the creation of the mole in This Week in Joe's Basement. Boy, Wayne's World would just kill to have this footage. All right, so here's where Dan Margulies, our technical director, fashions the eyes.
Ah, it is no good. It will not work. I must start again.
Too bad it was out of focus, so it will not be funny. So we should do it again, but we won't.
No, we will not.
All right, but of course, the biggest and most important secret behind the making of the mole is the talent behind the mole himself. And of course, little does our competition suspect how elaborately he prepares for his part. Notice how the pillow and the black felt are arranged in just such a way so as to stimulate his creative juices. That was his pre-mole coughing ritual.
What the problem is, the way he's sitting, his creative juices are gathering at the base of his throat.
That's right. Oh, that's really, really disgusting. I'm glad we got it on camera. Oh, Paul! God damn. You gonna go to the bathroom now, Paul?
No, just do it like this.
Go to the bathroom.